Hi everyone, this is Surender from the Cat Coach. Today's video it is going to be on what is Revit, and that is the very difficult question. No one can answer what is Revit because that is a big software and it is a robust software. So I try to explain what is Revit in a story or narrative manner so that you can understand what Revit can do. The first point is Revit is the most famous BIM authoring tool across the globe. See, BIM is a very lengthy process, and that process is already captured in my YouTube channel, and I'm putting that link of that video in this description. So please go and watch the video to understand what is BIM. So in the BIM lengthy process, BIM authoring tool is a major component. In that BIM major component, Revit is the most famous BIM authoring tool across the globe. That is the first point. It is the most famous BIM authoring tool across the globe. Second point, Revit is an intelligent parametric modeling software. So what I mean by intelligent modeling, parametric modeling software, I try to explain with a small comparison between AutoCAD and Revit. So in the AutoCAD, if you draw a 3D building model or a mechanical component or electrical component or anything you draw in AutoCAD, AutoCAD does not understand about what you're drawing in it. It understands only as blocks, layers, points, and lines. But whereas in the Revit, if you draw a 3D building component or 3D building element, even Revit understands what you're drawing and the user understands what is being drawn. So that is the very powerful understanding capability of a Revit. Due to that, you can get, due to that automation is possible in Revit. That is when a two wall joins, the wall joining philosophy should be this way. Wall section, if you draw, this is the section should be this way. Width of the wall is constant, thickness of the wall is constant, length and height, etc., etc. So many parameters of the single element is captured very well in the Revit. So that is second point. Third point, Revit views update instantly. So in Revit we have something called views. The views is like plan view, that is top view, section view, elevation view, the call out views, 3D views, etc., etc. There are n number of views you can create. And what happens is if you make a small change in any of the view, all the views get updated instantly. I repeat the point. If you make a small change in any of the views, maybe you created 1,000 view, and if you made a small change in any of the view, that change is reflected in the all the views instantly. So that is a very powerful feature of a Revit. So that is next point. Third point, Revit collaboration. See, Revit collaboration is like one single project is not created by a one single BIM modeler. It is a team of BIM modelers and across the globe with the location, this location is far apart, collaborate and create a single 3D building model project or a single BIM project using Revit. So that is facilitated by the concept of work sharing and central model. So this video is not in the scope of explaining what is central model, what is work sharing. So that is how the Revit collaboration is possible. So that is another powerful feature of the Revit. So next, Revit has three design environments. One is family, one is project, one is massing. See, what is a family? See, Revit basic unit is called as an element, and every element belongs to one or the other family. So that is very tough to explain this concept element and families unless until you work on Revit, you won't understand it. So for now, just understand there is something called families in Revit is everything is families and everything is an element. Okay, everything is an element and everything is a family in the Revit. So Revit and it allows you to create new families, and families are parametric and intelligent. Okay, that is Revit family environment. Next, Revit project environment. This is the default Revit environment where project is being captured. So third one is a Revit massing environment. So massing is to create many complicated 3D building model forms. So we have something called massing. So massing concept helps in that. So three design environments is available in the Revit. So this is another point. Next, Revit disciplines. So in previous, while Revit was introduced to the uh, world, there were three Revit softwares. One is architecture, one is structure, one is MEP. So now all these three is combined into one software, that is Autodesk Revit. So there are three disciplines: architecture, structure, and MEP. MEP stands for mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. Nowadays, even Revit is not categorized as three; it is categorized as four: Revit architecture, Revit structure, Revit mechanical and plumbing, Revit electrical. So that much clarity of building project, the documentation has improved, and that is why we have four branches in Revit itself. Okay. So you need to gain expertise in four concepts to kind of gain expertise of total Revit. Next, Revit schedules. See, Revit schedules is nothing but tabular form of 3D building model data. So if you want to create a tabular form, that's nothing but quantity estimation, you can say, but it is not quantity estimation. It is a tabular extraction of 3D building model data. Okay, that is Revit schedules. Again, if you work on Revit schedules and if you see some samples, you'll understand what is Revit schedule and how it works. So other major feature, one major feature I left it in this video is the Revit documentation. So documentation is nothing but sheets, Revit sheets. So Revit sheets is very powerful feature. So in still at site execution is happening with the help of 2D drawings, not with the help of 3D building models. So still site engineers or real-time site execution is not practiced or not equipped or not expert in terms of you seeing a 3D building model and executing it. Still they use 2D drawings. So the 2D drawing extraction in Revit is very powerful, very robust, and that is called as Revit sheets. Okay, that feature I did not add it in the slide, so I'm explaining it in I'm explaining it in a additional manner. So other major feature is a point cloud. See, Revit point cloud is nothing but there is a real-time assert. So the real-time assert, there is a laser scan happens, and the laser scan, the total 3D assert is captured as points and makes as a cloud, makes as a point cloud, and this is imported into the Revit and created another real-time 3D building model. So only non-existing building model is not only created in the Revit, even existing building model is created in the Revit with the help of point cloud. Rendering is a realistic view of a 3D building model. Next, walkthrough is a video which is navigating through the building model into the building model. Next, we have something called energy modeling. That is, this will help you for green building assessment, or for HVAC design, that is heating, ventilation, air conditioning design. Energy modeling is being used. The last and very important feature is the Dynamo and Revit API. So what happens is Revit is already intelligent. Already lot of drafting hours is being saved compared to AutoCAD or other 2D drafting tools. Beyond that, still it can be automated. Still it can be drafting man hours can be reduced. Still can be reduced, and a efficient building model can be done with the help of Dynamo or Revit API and programming. Okay, so these many features are available in the Revit. I might have missed one or two features already, but still this is combined, these all things combined is called Revit, Autodesk Revit. So that much powerful software it is. Okay, thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe and comment if you have any doubts in this video. Thank you.